Let's talk about civil engineers today. Why? Because it's on the shortage occupation list and is in high demand. People who are watching my video for some time now knows that I am not an expert in civil engineering, and hence today I have got an expert who did his civil engineering from Pakistan and moved to the UK for higher studies and is here today to answer all your queries. To those who don't know me and watching my videos for the first time, I'm Sarika and I make videos from my personal and professional experience to help everyone who are planning to move to the UK either for study or work. To those who are regular on my channel, I cannot thank you enough for being so supportive and encouraging me, and it makes me really happy to know that my videos are helping you. So big thank you. So let's get started with today's video and welcome Jazz. Hi, Jess. Welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy, and thank you very much for spending your evening with me. So, tell us about yourself, Jess.
Thank you very much, Sarika, for having me. And it's my pleasure to share my experience, everything with you guys. And about myself, my name is Jay Skirek. I'm a chartered civil engineer with over 16 years of experience in the civil engineering industry. My background is civil engineering. Obviously, I completed my BSc civil engineering back from Pakistan. And straight from there on, I came to the UK to do my master's a long time ago, back in 2005. That's where I completed my master's in structural engineering from Manchester. And from there on, I carried on with my work experience in the UK. That's where I am. So still working in the same industry. So just to give a flavor to the students that are watching here, I had no experience when I came from Pakistan. So I studied here and go onto the job market basically here in the UK.
So, thanks, Jess. So, was it easy for you to get a job without any experience? And I know we are talking about way long back, but how difficult was for you to get a job without any experience here?
Uh, Absolutely, yeah. This is the main question. I mean, literally, yeah. You receive, yeah, from student. It's easy in a sense, as long you know, yeah, what your skills are, your skill sets are, because civil engineering has always been in the demand in the UK, and that's always been, and it's on the shortage of occupation list as well. Obviously, when I completed my degree, that was long time ago, back in 2005, and obviously there was not such thing like a PSW. It was straight after completion of your study, you had to go straight into the job market. And at that time as well, basically, it was exactly the same requirement as we have now. You have to apply through the job portals, and you have to go through the interview process, and you need to show the skills, the competency there, the confidence. And that's exactly where I started off from there on with no experience. The good thing for the UK market, I would say, yeah, especially for the graduates or for the fresher, they don't require any experience. Obviously, that's why they call it graduate jobs. So you go straight into the graduate jobs, which doesn't require any sort of previous experience, but obviously it does require the soft skills. I mean, that's particularly very important, especially you need to express your communication, presentation, and team working sort of ability. These are generally the skills. I mean, that's what you need for a graduate to start without experience in the UK.
Okay, so Josh, so this is applicable for students who are coming to study in the UK. What about students who are in India or Pakistan or any Asian country where they have finished their civil engineering and they have no experience? And so the messages that I get, they had been applying here, but nobody entertains them. So do you think because they can't apply for the graduate job because they are not in UK, what piece of advice do you have for them?
Right. Okay. So the alternative, obviously, which we have the skilled worker visa here in the UK. Obviously, as the name suggests, it's a skilled worker, so it's not for graduates. Simple as that. So for to come, I mean, on the work visa, I mean, the skilled worker visa, you must have some sort of expertise, experience under your belt. And generally, I say, I mean, if you have at least minimum 5 years of experience, but that needs to be really skilled and competency there. because the way the market works here in the UK, they look for the skills. Obviously, when I generally say to the students as well, when you come here to the UK, the degree is only make your way towards the job. Basically, that make you eligible to apply for the job. Nothing more than that. When it comes to grab or the opportunity, the job opportunity, that all depends on your skills and competency. So at that point, everything basically disappears. Where you did your master's from, what your degree is, that's completely disappear at that point. All matters is your skills and your competency. So if someone they wish to apply basically from overseas, I would stress, yeah, the skills and competency, they need to brush up, yeah, those sort of skills, and that's the only way they can come here. For the graduates, unfortunately, that's not the way for them. Actually, for the graduates, that's the only way they can come here for studies, and after the masters, that would be the easy way to get into the market.
Yeah, and I cannot agree more, because I'm kind of guiding students the same thing. If you're trying to apply from overseas, you don't have experience, try to gain as much experience as possible. 3 to 4 or even 5 is really good experience, because nobody will entertain you. But if you're coming as a student, of course, there will be more options for you. Even like
Absolutely.
PSW, they can work for 2 years here.
Yep, absolutely agree. Yep.
Yeah. So Jazz, now I have got a couple of questions which people have sent me on the community tab. So I'm going to ask you a question one by one. And if you're kind enough, if you don't mind, can you answer them as well? And
Absolutely.
if all my questions are being repeated, I might skip to the next one. So the first question which I have got is, to work as a civil engineer in the UK, what is the minimum qualification needed?
Right. So presuming, I mean, this is coming from the overseas, I mean, from the foreigners as well.
Yeah.
But I would just give a flavor to the audience that internally within the UK, there's no minimum requirements, I mean, to work in the civil engineering industry. I've seen people started their career in the construction industry as a labor and work it up basically through their skills with the time, and they become construction managers. Also, like, I mean, currently the apprenticeship sort of schemes, I mean, the schools and college level students, they join the industry and they just work it through. Basically, they complete their degree along with getting experience. And by the time they get the degree qualification, they had lots of experience under their belt as well. That's how the industry works here internally within the UK. But obviously, I mean, that's for the locals. I mean, that's the opportunity for the locals. But if you're thinking from abroad, I mean, from overseas, to make your feet in the industry, I would say the minimum you should have the BSc degree. That should be good enough to get into the industry.
Okay, thank you very much. So Jazz, the next question is, what is the minimum job? Oh, so you have already answered that. So I'm going to just repeat the question so that people think I haven't missed it. So the next question was, what is the minimum job experience needed to get a job in the UK from overseas, like India or Pakistan or any country? So you have answered minimum 5, which will be a good kind of experience counted for skilled visa.
Yes, absolutely. I would say that should be the minimum, but obviously it does depends on your competency and your skills. That is the paramount actually to get into the job market. As you know, I mean, I've seen the managers, even the directors here within the industry, they have no degrees, but obviously they have lots of practical skills, experience, and competency, and that's where they get to that point. So that's very important. I mean, if you're thinking settling into the UK industry, you need to have that competency and the skills, and you need to acquire that. I mean, to get your even from first job, I mean, that's what you need to get your feet and into the industry. I always encourage actually experienced engineers, especially when they ask the question, to pursue their ICO chartership. That is very, very important and very well recognized throughout in the UK industry, and certainly that doubles your chances from hiring from the overseas, actually, if you are chartered there from overseas. So that is one of the very important factors, especially the experienced engineers. If they are out there, I would highly encourage them to do your chartership, and I'm sure, yeah, it's not hard. I've done it myself. If I can do it, certainly, yeah, you can do it as well, and that will certainly enhance your chances to be hired in the UK.
Thank you. That was a very important tip, I believe. So, next question is from one of my subscribers, Ramitu, is asking, how is the market for entry-level civil engineer, and is it easy to get a visa sponsorship job?
Right. Yeah, similar to previous actually. So
Yeah.
obviously, I said civil engineering is in high demand and is on the shortage of occupation list.
Yeah.
And there has been, well, due to the pandemic, I didn't see any sort of implication on the construction industry as such. So the jobs are available, I must say. For entry level or fresher, we call it as graduate basically here. So we call it graduate jobs. So you should be searching for graduate jobs if you're looking here in the UK, and which require no experience, but your interpersonal skills like communication, presentation, team working, knowledge of sustainability, innovation. That's the soft skill. That's what you need to brush up yourselves to get into the graduate jobs. Is it easy to get a job? I would say yes, it is easy as long as you have these skills, the soft skills there, and express them in the interview. And that's the only way to get into the job market.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, next question is, which positions can freshers apply for, like CAD technician, quantity surveyor?
Right. Okay. Well, the graduate jobs are available in any of the civil engineering disciplines, whether that's a structure engineering, quantity survey, QS, environmental, highway transportation, construction management, whatever the disciplines is. All the disciplines, they do advertise the graduate jobs, so you can go in any also of these disciplines, so it doesn't restrict you. And generally the job portals, they will advertise like, graduate structure engineer or graduate QS. So these are the sort of title you should be looking at.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now next 4 questions are from one of my subscribers, Sindura. So she's saying, I have seen in a few job opening descriptions, which always ask for civil engineer with CENG, which is chartered engineer, or PENG, which is professional engineer. Is it really that important? Or is there any chance of getting a job through normal engineering and 15 years of work experience?
Right, really good question. That is actually, if you're applying for a higher or up jobs like 15 years experience, obviously you are looking at the principal engineer level, which is quite higher up. And the company is anticipating you to be a member of the institution. And the sole reason is, for principal engineer level, you will be responsible to make a decision on behalf of the employer and act as a leader to sign off the contracts, design, construction activities, and the affiliation of these institutions proves your competency. It's simple as that, actually. That's what the company requires. But obviously, if you don't have that competency, then you should try to apply a sort of a level below than the principal. I would say go for the senior level or engineer level, which is a level below than the principal level. That's how we the different level works here in the industry. So that won't require the the chartership level, but as long you get into that sort of job market here and you show your competency, your skills there, even if you come as an engineer with 15 years experience, obviously I would expect you to go into the principal level. But obviously, if you don't have the chartership, you should apply for the lower scale, like a senior engineer level or engineer level. At least that will get you your feet into the job market. And once you show the competency and the skills there, I'm sure there's a way to go higher up in your career here. And definitely, yeah, the employer that encourages that sort of skills here.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so next question is again from Sindura. Any specific certifications required to get a job through Tier 2 skilled worker visa? I know you had answered it, but
no, I would say there are no such, none as such, but to get higher on skilled work visa, you must have the experience, skill, and expertise such that the employees are unable to procure internally. That's how you need to make sure you have that higher levels of expertise. The employers obviously pays for the sponsorship, and as such, it's really difficult hiring decision in case the candidate doesn't deliver what he's supposed to. I mean, if they're hiring someone from overseas, so it's really important that you brush up your expertise when you apply for the skilled worker visa. But as mentioned earlier, I mean, to enhance your sort of the chances to get higher in the UK, I highly encourage for people like yourself, like 15 years experience, ICE, Chartership, or ISTRICT, or any other affiliated institution. Chartership will enhance considerably your chances to get higher in the UK. So that should be the way forward, actually, to get into the UK market.
Thank you. So another one from Sindura, which is a personal question to you. How did you find a job in the UK? Did you use LinkedIn or job portals or via agent?
Right. Yeah, the system is exactly the same, whether it's internal or someone basically applying from overseas. So I do use the job portals like Indeed.com, Civil Library, Total Jobs, Engineers.net, railwaypeople.com, but most important, I would say LinkedIn. Obviously, the LinkedIn is used as a professional Facebook in the UK, and you must start your LinkedIn if you want to expose yourself to the job market here in the UK. That's really important, actually, to show yourself to the job market, and you can interact directly with the recruiter, with the employer straight out through the LinkedIn. So that should be the starting point for yourself. But apart from LinkedIn, all the other job portals I mentioned, these are the portals I generally use for myself, for my searches as well. There is no such sort of agents or anything. Personally, you have to go through the agent. There's no such thing. So everything goes online through all these job portals I mentioned earlier.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So now, next 5 questions are from Vishnu. So Vishnu is asking, in which department are you working in your company? Like he's working in estimation department.
Right. So I work in the civil engineering department in the railway industry. Although I did MSc in structural engineering, but I ended up in civil engineering industry. And this is something I want to share with the audience as well. When you complete a degree, for example, MSc in civil engineering, don't restrict yourself to civil engineering jobs only. You can apply for structural engineering, environmental, oil and gas, transportation, opportunities as well. I mean, don't restrict yourself. And the way I'm saying this, we generally call it the transferable skill set here in the UK. So all these different jobs I mentioned, they got the transferable skills. Whether you are civil engineer or structural engineering, you can still apply the same skills or competency in other fields as well. So it's really important. Like I did structural engineering, but obviously I ended up doing civil engineering. So that's really important for yourself as well when it comes to finding the jobs or looking for jobs. Don't restrict yourself to that sort of only one department. So expand your search, and I'm sure that will give you a better chance of hiring in the UK.
I think that is very important point, and I think this is not only applicable for civil engineers, it's also applicable for anybody in any field, like in IT as well. There are so many roles which you can learn, and then you can expand yourself, just rather than sticking to just one role. Okay, so Vishnu is also asking, how is the scope of estimation engineer in UK construction companies?
Scope of estimation, actually estimation engineer term is very rare in the UK. Generally we use the quantity surveyor. And I would say it's in huge demand in the industry. It's again this comes under the same civil engineering umbrella, and which is in the shortage occupation list as well. So there is a high demand for the QS as long you have the competence. Obviously if you are a graduate, you need to just concentrate on your soft skill, but obviously if you are experienced, you should brush up your skills and competency. I mean, that would be the suggestion I can give you. But there is high demand for the QS.
Okay, thank you. So the next question, we have kind of touched upon it, but I'm just going to ask again. So he's asking, what is the possibility of getting a job directly for an undergraduate who is having work experience around 5 years in India?
Right, yeah, we already touched upon, but as long you have a grip and competency on a particular skills, for example, if you are BIM or yeah, like a 3D, 4D, you can target those specific jobs, and there's a higher chance to be get hired here. As I keep repeating the same sort of thing, yeah, you have to have the competency, because if the employer is hiring from outside, you need to show that sort of competency. So because they haven't been able to find that competency here internally, that's the only reason they can get to yourself. So you need to show that skills, that competency. If you have that skills, and I would say don't get everything, like, I mean, like all-rounded, yeah, get everything. I can do, yeah, civil engineering, I can do construction, I can do software. So it doesn't work as such in the UK. So concentrate on a specific field and master yourself in that specific. Obviously, knowledge of other fields is important, but that's good enough for yourself. But to master in a single field, that will get you hired basically in the UK, and you should brush up, yeah, on that specific sort of skills here.
Thank you very much. Another important tip then. Okay, so so the next two questions which Vishnu is asking, we have already covered, so I'm not going to touch upon it. So I think I have kind of covered almost all the questions which was mentioned by people on the community tab. So before we wrap this video, do you want to give any more piece of advice to other than what you have already covered?
I think the main point I want to highlight, especially for I mean, I generally receive questions from students as well, from the really experienced people, like, I mean, the one you mentioned here for 15 years experience. I generally say, I mean, chartership is not hard. I mean, I know it's really high skills up here. The chartership affiliation is really high skilled up here in the UK. And you should concentrate on that chartership. I'm sure it's not hard. As long you give some time to that chartership, you can easily do that. And that will be, it's not just to getting higher in the UK, it's always it also enhance your salary to the next level as well. I would say generally there is a 5k sort of, yeah, difference, the salary difference if you're chartered and if you're not chartered. And that's how you gauge actually how much, yeah, you can get, yeah, with the chartership. So I always encourage, especially the experience, sort of, yeah, if they have like 10-15 years experience, just get your chartership sorted, and I'm sure, yeah, that will be you will be on the next level there actually once you are chartered, and everything, all the doors will be open for yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you have given lots of important tips for everybody, students or even experienced professionals who are looking to move to the UK. And I hope these tips will help them in their job search, or also kind of doing their advanced study or the certificate like you have mentioned now. And Jas, I cannot thank you enough for taking your time from your personal time outside your office and kind of spending your valuable time with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarika. Before we wrap up, I just want to congratulate yourself, if I'm honest. I mean, the way you're sharing these videos and these information with the youngsters, with the professionals. I know it's not easy task. I mean, with your full-time job and, yeah, these valuable information, you give your personal time, I mean, to share with others for free, obviously. And I know as a YouTuber myself, I know how long it takes, I mean, to make one single video and share, editing, all those stuff, yeah, comes into effect. I know it's not easy job, and the way you're presenting, you're sharing the information is really appreciated. I'm sure, yeah, the audience that they must appreciate your hard work there. I know you are, yeah, I'm trying my level best to be at the same gauge as yourself, but obviously you are doing really a good job. I must appreciate for that.
Thank you very much. And you being a YouTuber yourself, you know how hard it is, managing your work and then also doing YouTube.
Absolutely.
And so
absolutely, yeah. So I would just add, Sarika, I would just add, especially for civil engineers,
yes,
if they haven't watched actually my YouTube channel, JK Civil Engineers, I generally provide relating to civil engineering content. So if you're interested, have a look there. I generally provide whatever you're asking for, similar questions as I've answered here.
Yeah.
So if you're interested to have a look at my videos there as well, and if you have any question relating to civil engineering, I'm sure I can help you with that.
Okay. So is it okay if I provide the description of your YouTube channel and also kind of tag you so that people can easily find you and also kind of route remaining questions to you?
Absolutely, my pleasure. I always encourage people to just get in touch with me if they have any problems, especially relating to civil engineering. Is my cup of tea.
Yes, I know that, and that's why you are here. Thank you very much, Jazz. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you very much, Sarika. Cheers. Bye.
Thanks, Jazz, for sharing your expert tips with the audience, and I'm sure this will help everyone who aspires to be a civil engineer or wants to move here for a job. Guys, if you have any more questions which I didn't cover in today's video, please feel free to leave your question in the comment section below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching the video till the end, and I'll see you soon with my next video. Till then, keep learning.